Hello everyone! This is Mo Magoo here. Welcome to my sort of beginner's guide to World of Warcraft, the Warlords of Draenor. This is not a complete guide for the entire contents of Warlords of Draenor. I've decided that you should have the opportunity to figure some stuff out for yourself. This is more like a few tips and tricks and advice that I found very useful and that I figured out during my leveling time in Warlords of Draenor, and I'm still enjoying it very, very much. First of all, just to help you along the way, and I will be talking about this later on in this video, I would like you to go to your Curse client. If you don't have Curse client, you can go to in the description down below, click on the link and download it if you are a Mac user or if you are a PC user. There are links for both. Once that is done, now go open up the Curse client and go to the Get More Add-ons tab you see on the top left corner. Search for Garrison Mission Manager and Master Plan. Search for these two add-ons, install them, and you should be good on your way. Once that is done, close down your client and enter World of Warcraft. As I said, I will get back to these add-ons later on in this video. Now you have the chance to enter the dark portal into the past. You've been leveling in Mr. Pandaria for ages and ages and I just fell asleep. Well, now we have it here, ladies and gentlemen, the dark portal. Your part of the history begins now. Everything begins actually in Tanaan Jungle, just beyond that portal there. I won't take the joy away from you to show you the Tanaan Jungle. You will just have to go through the portal yourself and experience it firsthand what it would mean to be a part of Khadgar and Thrall's awesome power. Let's get on with it. If you are a Hoarder, keep in mind that in this video I play Alliance. You will start in Frostfire Ridge, and as an Alliance, you will start in Shadowmoon Valley. Well, your part of the history really begins now. Even though you're a gnome or a dwarf, you are now the commander of an army, and your journey will reward you with experience, knowledge, and treasures throughout the lands of Draenor. You will venture through the continent you knew as Outland. Unless you, of course, boosted the character from 60 to 90 and you know nothing. But yeah, this is what Outland looked like before. Now, where to begin? This expansion is very, very vast. As you see here, this is a map of Gorgrond. When I first leveled here, when I first entered this place as a level 90, a week after the launch, because I couldn't get in, I just rode through all of the areas just to see how vast it was. And it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. You should do that as well. Even though this is a map of Gorgrond, as I said, and you can see these small sword ringies. When you're questing, this is not only in Gorgrond, this is also in the other areas as well. You have these small sword crossing icons. And when you enter these areas with their icons, you will automatically get a quest that will appear in your quest just on the right side of your screen by default. And do these objectives, kill them, gather that, and you will receive a massive experience boost. Furthermore, during your leveling, you will encounter many rare mobs or rare creatures. And you will also encounter followers. Pay attention to your minimap for small crosses, cross intersections, skulls for these rare mobs or followers. As I said, do all the quests in the areas, at least till you get the story progress for each zone. This will unlock the treasure maps for each area, but only if you have done all of the chapters. The treasure maps for each zone can be bought from this NPC vendor in Stormshield. I don't know what that ogre is doing there. If he had a fetish, he's looking grinny. Yes. Well, while we are in Stormwind, we might as well take a look around. Your bank is located right in front of me here. As you see, this is a map of Stormshield. This is your new home, everything is here. You can use everything here. This is your bank, you can see, located on the map. You have your guild bank vendor on top and your guild bank vendors, NPC, sorry, at the bottom. One guy didn't make the cut, poor guy, I almost shed a tear, yeah, I'm sorry. Well, in Stormshield, you will also find the location of the transmogrific. I can never pronounce that word. Transmogi and void storage unit. Transmogrification, thank you. Inside this large building you see below, you will find the two NPCs on the right side when you go up the stairs. You can also slightly see a portal on the left hand side of this big building. This portal will take you to Stormwind. Now you know that. Once you reach level 100, many new features becomes available. If you like PvP and would like to try the new Ashran PvP area, this is how you get there. Go due north when you enter Stormshield, and you will be asked if you want to enter the queue for Ashran. This PvP area offers much more than just mere PvP. The zones I am marking on the map are quest zones. Earlier, I talked about the sword marked areas on the map when you were questing. This is the same ordeal, with that difference of you getting 500 honor and some gold instead of experience. Apart from the PvP vendor in Ashran, as I have pointed out now, you will also be able to find a PvP vendor in Stormshield. Inside this building, on the bottom, you will see there's a PvP vendor. You can see there's also a seal vendor, I'll get back to that in a minute, an auction house, and a daily quest for challenge mode. Yes, there is still challenge modes to be done. This is the guy, he says he's Batman, he's inside that main building, and he sells your PvP gear. Yes, anyway, if you played Mist of Pandaria, you probably remember we were using Warforged Seal for extra loot rolls on world and raid bosses. This idea is kept by Blizzard. Now players do have the choice how they want to obtain these seals. They are called Seal of Tempered Fate in Warlords of Draenor. As you can see on your screen, there are 4 different options to purchase these: by gold, by Apexis crystals, by Garrison resources, or by honor points. Yeah, be aware, if you're using some sort of add-on that automatically turns in quests, hold down your shift or control key or whatever it is, even disable this add-on before talking to this NPC. There's a reason for that. The first seal you buy, let's take gold, for 500 gold, or Apexis, 500 Apexis, 500 honor points, or 300 Garrison resources. That is not much, you might think, but the prices accumulate. That means if you bought a seal for 500 gold, the next one you buy from gold now costs 1,000, and the next one costs 2,000. The same goes for the rest of the currency available, like Apexis, resources, or honor. It all accumulates to twice the amount. Don't worry, it's not like in a few weeks they will call 50,000 gold. It's reset every week, so the next time it's reset, the prices go back to default, and you may only buy 3 per week. As I mentioned, you can use your Seal of Fate on raid bosses and world bosses. You see here there is Draw of the Runer and Talna, what is her name? And Talna the Ageless, and they drop 650 gear. They are located in Gorgrond. In my opinion, it's not worth using a coin or a seal for 650 gear if you are due to raid, let's say High Mall Normal, that drops 655 gear. But if you go down to the Spires of Arak, down at the bottom at the very tip at Pinch Whittle Point, you will find Rogmar, and he drops 665 gear. Yeah. By the way, these seals can also be used in Raid Finder. We will get back to that. Now, raid by pressing I by default. You will bring up the Dungeon and Raids menu. It is pretty straightforward. And as you can see here, I am highlighting the pre-made groups and custom for a reason. Because the pre-made groups tab, here you can search even broader for a group. You can use the Dungeon Finder, the Raid Finder, or you can use the Raids, Warlords of Draenor, Raids Legacy, Dungeons and Questing, or Custom. I will go into that now. Let's take a look at this. If you want, by selecting one of these tabs, you can look for more people to do a certain quest, a dungeon, new raids, old content, customized searches for something. This tool is especially useful if you want to kill a world boss, do the Apexis daily, or the challenge mode dungeons. Simply click on this custom tab, type in the name of the zone, or the group, or the quests, and search for it. Or even create your own by clicking on Start a Group. Very useful, well done Blizzard, good thinking. The same goes, of course, for the PvP. You can choose the PvP casual, rated, go to war games with your buddies, or again search for a pre-made group. Now, let's get back to the leveling part here. Outside your garrison, not too far south, you will see a pilgrim's shrine. On the Horde side, they are called Shaman stones, and they are located in Frostfire Ridge. These shrines and stones are scattered all over the areas, different areas, all of the areas. Some of them are easy to spot, and others you have to look a bit closer to see. Choosing one blessing gives you an hour buff. You can of course remove this buff by right-clicking on it. By default, you can right-click on it, remove it, and then try again to see which one you find most useful in that zone or for that class or spec. Do note though, that they only work in the zone that you receive them, so no buff whoring here. When you increase the number of followers and gather garrison resources from your buildings and follower missions, you will be able to reach your level 100 and upgrade your garrison to level 3. This includes many useful buildings. I will not go through all of them. I will just show you something that I didn't realize until a month in the game, like this building. This building is located northeast in your garrison, and it contains your very own portal to Stormshield. I had no idea it was there. I'm telling you now you should know. Okay, some buildings that I found very, very useful. The Lunar Fall Inn, the Lumber Mill, the Stables, and the Salvage Yard. The Salvage Yard you can only get if you have completed some quests in Spires of Arak. And again, I'm saying, if you are a first timer, even though you're not, complete all the quests in all the areas. There's a lot of lovely lore in it, and a lot of beautiful places to see and spot, and it's just wonderful to play this game. The Lunarfall Inn is, in my opinion, the best building you can get. Get it to level 2 and start getting quests every day to complete in heroic and normal dungeons. These quests either reward you with money, garrison resources, or sometimes you can actually get a follower too. Furthermore, this young lady here will acquire you, I would say, and give you the opportunity once a week to recruit a new follower with the trait or spell you want. This is awesome. Just a hint, scavenger perk. Scavenger perk. Or epic mount perk. Epic mount perk. Just saying, just putting out there for the ladies, Now, and you can see here, I have done the quest here, and when the quests are random, you can see, okay, I get so and so many quests each day, and it takes me so and so long to get the achievement, so I can unlock the inn or the tavern, as it's called on Horde side, level 3 blueprint. It can take a week, it could take 3 weeks, it depending on which quest you get. As I said, this is random. Getting this up to level 3 is very, very optional. You can do it, and then the building will give you more quests, treasure quests for your followers that reward gold. If you're not in need of gold, I wouldn't spend the garrison resources on upgrading this to level 3. It costs 1200 garrison resources. It is quite expensive, and I have a feeling, I won't spoil this, that Blizzard will come up with something new for this expansion in the 6.1. Anyway, then we have the Lumber Mill. A lumber mill allows you to farm trees around Warlords of Draenor. This is a very good starter building for some extra resources and give you some followers along the way. You will get 2 followers, at least 1. If you keep it on level 2, you will get at least 1 follower. Get it to level 3 and you see if you can find Pillark the Evergreen. You can only get it to level 3 if you unlock the level 3 blueprint. You can't even buy it, you have to unlock it for yourself by doing the Legacy of the Ancient and Reduction in Force. These are 2 quests that you will receive in the Lumber Mill, so you will do them by default. Now, the stables give you quests each day and many resources, and it's quite fun to go around and tame the mounts and fight on them. You heard me, you can fight on your mounts. A really fun and worthwhile building, and on the positive side, you get to keep the animals that you tame. Whoopie-doo! Now, the Salvage Yard is a wonderful building, really fun. On level 3, it gives these big, wonderful boxes. They can contain grey, white, green, or even epic items. If you are lucky enough, you will find an item that is far better than what you're currently having. It could be 645, 660, 665, if you're lucky. Now, and you can actually only get to the Salvage Yard level 3 when you have opened 100 pieces of salvage from missions, and I will show you later on what these are. Now, let's take a peek at that add-on I told you to download at the beginning of this video. If I look at my minimap, I can see a small icon like this flashing. 2 swords crossing, I click on that and I can see that I have many follower missions ready to receive reward from. I therefore have to go to my mission control board, like I'm standing in front of now, and now you see the benefit of this add-on. Sending followers on mission is very easy, and receiving the rewards are easier. Now they're all back, and all I have to do is press complete and done. There you can see that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 epic followers on those missions. There were 12 missions in total, and I got 27 gold, 7 of these boxes you can open it with the Salvage Yard that I told you about earlier, and a little green bag, and 436 Garrison resources and some other stuff. Really awesome. Now, as I said, sending followers on mission is a lot easier with these add-ons. You can now see if you have the followers needed for the missions and the mission's success rate. As you can see by the drop-down menu on the top left corner on your screen, I can actually choose how I want them lined up. If I want them a chance of success, follower experience, mitigated threats, mission level. You see just on the left side there that this top mission is item level 630. And if you go back a bit to this, you will see that on the lowest line of the followers, there's a level 95 guy. And to the right of him, there's a little icon with a yellow arrow on it. These items you obtain also in the Salvage Yard and use them to upgrade your followers. So you see, I have a 100% chance to completing as item level 630. This is a follower item level 630 mission that will give me 15,000 experience points for my followers. Yeah, and yes, your follower, they gain experience as well. Alright. Now, your architect table. This is your architect table. This is where you build your buildings. You upgrade them, you replace them with others, you move them around, and you can actually choose for yourself between large, medium, and small where to put your buildings. You cannot, unfortunately, move around the pet menagerie, the fishing place, the mines, and the herb garden. You can't move those around, unfortunately, but everything else you can move to plot to plot. All the smalls can swap places like I did here. And, sorry, wrong button. Yeah, you can swap these two around if you want to. That is very useful. Alright, next to your architect table you have these two. This young lady here, Sparsh Boldvich, is a blueprint vendor. And the other guy, he does nothing. He's just there, staring at you. She sells blueprints, and he does nothing. Well, you can choose, if you don't care about gold or anything, you can choose to buy all the recipes that you need for your garrison buildings. Keep in mind, that the cheapest one are 750 gold, and the most expensive ones are 1000 gold. And you will receive many of them when you're doing quests throughout the world, so you don't have to spend your hard-earned gold on it. The last thing I want to show you, just for giggles, is the recover of resources. In your garrison, whether it's level 1, 2 or 3, you will have these garrison catches lying around. This guard will be standing next to him, and they accumulate as well. Not accumulate, I'm sorry, they grow in numbers. There can be all between 1 to 500 resources when you click on these. When you recover these, all depending on when you last emptied it. If you don't actually need to recover these every day, then there will only be maybe 97 in it. So if you leave it for a few days, you can see I left it for at least 3 days. There were 320 resources there. It doesn't really matter when you pick it up. Just know there can be a maximum of 500 resources in it. Well, I will actually leave you now with a high five. Thank you very, very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please don't hesitate to press the like button or even the subscribe button to get noticed whenever I release a new video. Follow me on Twitter, or the social media Twitter, or on Twitch TV, where I am streaming a few days a week. Have a very good day, and I bid you all a good night. Bye bye.